Hey guys, so I wanted to do a little vlog today because I've been asked about my personal life and, like people that I date for a long time. And I've always been quiet on it because for one, I feel like it's nobody's business what goes on in my personal life, and I'm a firm believer in what's private should stay private. But recently I've gone through a lot personally. Hence why I've shied away from the whole YouTube and music thing, because I wanted to take some personal time off because, I needed it. And I don't feel like I have to explain myself. But one of the hardest things that I've had to face growing up that comes along with the whole transitioning thing was relationships, and feeling like I would never be somebody's, definition of, perfect, or somebody that, a normal person could be in a relationship with because, I am transgender. And a lot of people out there are always like, well, does Johnny date guys, or does Johnny date straight guys, gay guys, or does Johnny like vagina? What is this? And honestly, and to give you a firm answer, I really don't have a type. I've dated gay guys, I've dated straight guys, and at this point now I feel like that it's very, very hard out there for a transgender person to fit in as it is, and in school and in society in general. I never really had problems until recently with relationships. As I'm getting older, I'm realizing that transgender people kind of have it really, really hard dating people, because you're not really, there's no one out there that really is 100% down for dating a transsexual if you're straight, or because a straight guy wants 100% girl and a gay guy wants a guy, but it's how do you meet in the middle of that, you know what I mean? And it's this is really, really personal for me to talk about, and I just feel okay, so firstly, let me just say, I forget that I'm even transgender until people remind me. Until I read a tweet that somebody sends me, or an article that someone wrote about me, or something that somebody screams at me on the street. I forget that I'm a tranny because I wake up every single morning and do everything that my sister does and everything that my mom does. And I'm so super feminine. My life is hot, pink, and glittery. It's I have boobs, I have long hair, I look like a girl. I just have had the hardest problem with the fact that people still consider me a tranny. And not that I'm ashamed of my past, because I'm a strong believer in, you take the cards that you're dealt, and you live your life and you be strong and you be independent, because that's what you have to do. You have to be a strong person. You always have to stand up for yourself. You always have to be in your own corner, because at the end of the day, nobody else is going to be there for you besides you. And I'm a strong believer in that. And I've had a lot of people send me messages and tell me how do you do it? How are you so strong? Nobody will date me because I'm a tranny. People think I'm a freak. People tell me to go kill myself. How do you deal with it? You're so strong. And the truth is, I'm really not that strong. I just have a mentality that I really don't give a fuck what people think about me. And, I feel like everybody has a world that they create around themselves where you have to be comfortable with yourself before anybody else can be comfortable with you. And I feel you need to have that inner confidence and realize that you're beautiful no matter what. And God put you on this earth just like he put everybody else on this earth. And everybody is equal. No matter what anybody can say about you, nobody can take away your individuality. And I'm a strong believer in that. So everybody out there who thinks that just because you're different makes you a freak, it doesn't. People out there who are judging you and calling you a freak, they're the freak, because I feel like people who hate have insecurities of their own, and they can't look at themselves in the mirror, so they want to sit there and put other people down. So honestly, everybody out there that thinks that I'm so strong and everything, I'm really not. I go through a lot, and I have a lot of personal things overshadowing a lot of stuff now. And I've had guys who I've liked that won't fully commit to me because of who I am. And, at first it made me really, really sad. And it's why can't I be accepted? Because I feel like I'm a girl. And it's oh, okay, yeah, I was born a guy, whatever. You know, when I first realized that, I was like, fuck, like, really? Like, this is my life right now? But then you have to realize that, you know, you're beautiful no matter what anybody has to say about you, and everybody goes through stuff and everybody has struggles, and, you know, it's life. And just because I'm transgender, it doesn't make me any different than anybody else out there. And I strongly believe that, you know, me and everybody else that goes through the things that I go through will eventually find that person that will look past my past and won't care. And I just wanted to make this video for everybody out there who's uncomfortable with, you know, their life right now because of their sexuality and feels like, you know, they need acceptance. You don't need acceptance, because at the end of the day, if you accept yourself, that's all that matters. And it took me a really long time to be comfortable with myself enough to say that, but I can honestly say that I accept myself and I'm a strong, independent woman today. And, you know, things do get better and people come around and things change. And honestly, just stick it out, because you only live once and life is beautiful. Because honestly, you can see the most cruelest part of the world, and there are a lot of cruel people out there that will say a lot of mean things to put you down. But on the other side, you can see the most beautiful, and that beautiful part is worth living for. And everybody out there who's different, just remember, you are beautiful, and that's all that matters. So always be comfortable with yourself, and don't let people take away your shine, because it's what makes you you, and everybody's beautiful in their own way. And I think individuality is one of the most beautiful things that a person can have. And I don't mean to sit here and be like all mushy, but you know, I just felt like it was something that had to be said. I have a pretty big transsexual following, and you know, I just wanted to make this video for you guys, to let you all know that I care. And if you ever need to talk to anybody, even though saying this will probably get me a lot of emails, I'm going to put my email in the description of this video. And if you're going through something that's really, really horrible right now because you're different and people don't accept you, send me an email and I'll try my best to reply back, because I've been there and I know how it feels, and it's not good. But just remember, no matter what anybody has to say, you're beautiful, and being different is one of the most beautiful things somebody can be. And I'm a firm believer that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and you know, everybody makes their own definition of beauty. I just wanted to make this video and reply to somebody that had sent me an email and it had me thinking, so I turned on my camera. So yeah guys, sorry for rambling on for like 10 minutes or whatever, but I had to reply to this person and I thought that it was a really touchy subject. But yeah guys, stay beautiful. And I'll see you next week. I almost had a nipple slip. Love you guys.